Well, hello there. This is Ross back in Africa again, and I must admit it's an absolute lovely day and it's wonderful to be here. We do enjoy coming so much and being out and touring round. Now, for all of you who saw my 7 hours of video from last year and weren't too bored, I'm going to try and make this one a little bit more interesting. Right, we're at ice now, we're camping, and we're going to have a really good safari, and I hope you enjoy the new films that I'm going to make, hopefully improve on last year, and that you'll all enjoy them, and maybe it'll be a little shorter than last year. Okay, I'm going to go back down and join Evie now with my African hat, my sunglasses, my my Jim Green boots to carry me the thousands of kilometers I've got to go. Right, a lot of people walk up here from the campground and they seem to leave their mark by putting a stone on top of another stone or whatever. So this is my stone, which I've picked out. I can't seem to wedge it in an upright position anywhere, so I'll just lay it on top of this one. And we'll get on with the show. See you later. We arrived in Cape Town last Thursday, so we're just on our 8th day now, and we've driven up 1,000 kilometers to reach this point. Now, along the right hand side of the campsite runs the Fish River, and this is part of the Fish River Canyon. It carries on south for another 70 kilometers where it meets the Orange River, and then that flows into the Atlantic Sea on the west coast. We've now driven north from the Fish River Canyon and the lovely resort of Ice, and we're going to head up the B4 now, which heads west to Lüderitz, 294 kilometers. Right, we're just on the road down into Lüderitz, and I've just stopped off to give you a shot of the countryside around here. Right, we've arrived in the ghost town of Koopmanskopf, and Evie is just surveying a property here, and we're very interested in purchasing it as we can get it for a very reasonable price. All we need if we buy this place is a very big shovel and a few people on the end of it, because it's a whole heap of sand. And the roof also needs a bit of fixing. Now, this was an old diamond mining town that started about 100 years ago, when a man just happened along and picked up a diamond. So of course they had a diamond rush to this area, and for the next 50 years or so it functioned very well. And then they found even bigger, better diamonds further south, so they up and moved down there, and this place was left and is now a tourist attraction as the ghost town of the desert. Oh my god. I think I'm getting out of here. These are pictures of the early diggings for diamonds. They removed the surface sand and then when it got more crusty, they shoveled it into sieves and sorted through in search of the diamonds. They then built more mechanical diggers, which obviously did the work far quicker.
Was it on?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you ready for this? This is Ghost Town, alright? So you got the noises, yeah? These are props.
There it goes.
The other one going now. Right, this is the... What's the name of the place? This is the Ghost Town. Diamond Ghost Town.
Cop.
And they say that this on this train, which is the original train, all that's left of it, used to pull all the people around here. So occasionally you could do ghosty things like disappear. So if you snap your fingers, you can just disappear.
1, 2, 3.
You see, that didn't work, did it? We're still here. You meant to stay here and then do the after bit, and then I cut it.
Alright.
So we've stopped the workers and we've stopped the cars.
It's just ghosts. now.
Right, it's just ghosts. So snapping the fingers didn't work because we're still here. Alright?
What now?
What do you think, Pete?
I'm leaving.
You get down. Right, we've just left Lutterich, called in at Oz for petrol, and now we're heading up the C13, which leads us up to Sussersflay. This is what you call a grouse crossing. And they only have them in the middle of the Namib Desert. We're heading down there and we've had to stop to let this little family cross the road. This is just before the sun comes up. This gives you an idea. This is the Sussersflay Valley and it's in the middle of the desert. 6:30 in the morning of the 26th of July, the day I believe that my younger brother is going to get married. I'm standing on Dune 46. I would have gone higher, but I've got a bad foot, so I can't get up the top. We start to get the sun on the top of the dunes now. Oh, it's so cold! My ears have started to warm up now. I've walked away from the dunes. As the sun rises, we get some deeper shadows. there's Dune 46. I believe it was named 46 because that's how it's 46 kilometres from the camp. As we have our African 20 questions, we'd like you to identify this shack. Yes, that's Evie. And that's the Kazi in the middle of the desert. So if anyone likes to go nice and quiet without anyone known, especially with a big coach load of tourists, you might have a problem. A long Kazi or a long walk?
Long drop.
A long drop Kazi. In?
Yeah.
Yeah? Red light on at the bottom?
Yes.
Okay. We're now in Windhoek, and before in Lüderitz here. We've driven up from South Africa, through Ice, Lüderitz, through the desert, and across here to Windhoek. Resting up in the backpackers here, and then tomorrow morning we're going to travel up here into Etosha Park for 3 weeks. So we'll see you there.
Normaal is voorzichtig op een reebok is het niet in.
We're in Okawejo camp in Etosha Park at the waterhole, and this herd of female elephants has come in for a drink, and along with having a good drink they have a good dust bathing, and the young ones have a real good time in the dirt. These two are adolescent males, and when they reach maturity they have to leave the herd. This is our campsite in Okawejo. It's our last full day here. We've just arrived back from a nice morning drive, and we're going to have a restful afternoon and pack up and head for Halali tomorrow. We've just left Okawejo on the way to Halali, and we've come across our first lions of the trip. Just resting up after a hard night's hunting. And it doesn't look like we're going to get much activity out of them for a while. Right, we've reached a Halali camp and just sitting having a cup of tea. And of course we got disturbed when someone spotted this barn owl up in the tree quite near to the swimming pool. We've also found a tree climbing chameleon just along from the white-faced owl. This is a barn owl and he lives in the tree right above our tent. Got our regular afternoon female herd of elephants at Goas Park. And they just had their bath, so they're off to start feeding again. Now behind us, there's this other herd coming in.
He's in the hole or something. Oh, is it? Oops. It's
The Lions of Etosha, Halali camp. This is a group of hartebeest just outside of Goas Waterhole.
soup.
It's a wonderful sight. Just sit and watch the elephants enjoying themselves at the waterhole.
Well, I've come to Goes to get my herd of elephants, and they've turned up nicely on time. This is the 12th of August. We've just come out to one of our favourite spots for breakfast. We unfortunately missed a leopard in the camp waterhole this morning, so we've driven out here to drown our sorrows in the lovely scenes of the Etosha Pan. Last year this was one of our most successful waterholes, and we saw lots of lions and our first cheetah ever. But this year it's been totally without cats.
Another day at Goes Waterhole with the elephants. Irresistible. This is a rare sighting of an aardwolf.
Can't see.
Got it?
This is Moringa waterhole. This is the waterhole in Halali camp in Etosha. As you can see, you enter at your own risk. That's because there's only a few rocks down there to protect you from the leopards and the lions. So they might lose a few tourists that way, and they don't want any claims against them. So everything you see in the next sequence will be shot from here. It's not me doing too much commentary because you've got to be quiet. So I hope you like the shots that are coming up. You appreciate the risk I took in getting them. There's so many zebras and other animals around, and leopard watch doesn't look likely. Although I'm standing behind this fence, there's still this feeling that they could just walk through it and tread on me. The big one has been looking at me ever since I arrived. We're now at the entrance to Goaz Waterhole, which has proved very successful on our 2002 trip. This is the lower waterhole at Goaz, and we've got a nice mixture. We've got hartebeest here, zebras and kudus, and an eagle up on the branch. This is Mr. Rhino out for his morning walk. From sitting in our car, he looks about 4 times as tall as us. He's enormous. He's about 15 yards away. And I've got the car in first gear, ready to zoom. We're at Galcule Waterhole, and we've come across our first lot of common eland. This is mummy giraffe with baby giraffe. Goodbye, Mr. Baby Giraffe. Morning, everybody. It's 6:15 in the morning, and this is Evie sitting in her car with a cup of tea and her pyjamas on because I've had to pull her out of bed. And these are the shut gates of Namatomi. So we are the first up and the first at the gate. This is the man who's going to let us out. The sun's up, we got our 2 snakes ready to go, And you never know what's going to drop in. Ooh, what's that? There we got to go.
Start your engine.
He's going to open the gate. Oh, what's that coming to get me? It's a big spider. She's up. And Ness have both come over to some shade. She's chosen a tree about 20 metres from the male. Andoni, Etosha, lions. Can you please tell me what this is joined onto? It's an ostrich. And that behind the ostrich is Etosha Pan. This is us first out of camp on the morning of the 22nd of August. And there's Evie looking out at the sun coming up in the distance. This is a secretary bird. We think he's caught a snake. And he's trying to eat it.
It's all in his neck.
The snake has gone.
Let's see his crops in his neck.
We're at the boys' camp. Now this is a sweet potato. Oh my god, hold on. And this little fella. Oh.
It's easier.
They're so beautiful.
They're lovely, aren't they? I like the kudos as well.
And the orange.
Well, that's what you call a close-up.
I think like the horse that they are too, just here the babies.
Well, kudos jump well.
Congratulations.
Good luck.
Ja, the males fight each other, the females no.
Visitor has now come to our campsite. And wait,
It's a girl.
it's in the record book, Evie. 8, 8, 8, 8. No, that's our bread. Now that's our picnic bread. Hey, hey, that's an egg, a hard-boiled egg. Hey, hey, hey. That's my breakfast tomorrow. You. Hey, come on, back. Go on. Off you go. We're in Trotsky's cabins. And there's a little squirrel come down to eat up the little bit of biscuit we put down on the floor for the birds.
We've left Etosha National Park, driven across the Caprivi Strip, down to Maun, and now we're taking a trip into Moremi National Park.
Right, this is the River Kwai. And we're right next to Northgate in Moremi Park. These are the hippos. We've seen about 20 of them altogether. Along this bank here we get lovely big crocodiles. Hopefully there's none here at the moment. And just behind us, through these woods, is where we're going to be camping. Can't see.
Through there, look, through there, to the right. It's a leopard. It's a leopard. It's a leopard.
Where is he? No, he's been there, isn't he?
No.
Where is he? Where is he? I think he's in these bushes here, it's like just here. Yeah. Straight ahead. Come across this nice group of bull elephants, and we think they're heading down for a drink. As the sun sets on the 1st of September at the Kwai River. Now we have the female herd coming down with the young to join the drinking.
So if it's injured, they're in trouble.
The tusk they use only when they peel something,
Yeah.
like the tree barks. If they peel it, so they use that.
Or they fight.
Yeah, or fight.
Yeah.
Like breaking the branches and other
Yeah.
things, they use the trunk. The trunk. And if it's a big tree, when they want to push it, then is when they use the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. They roll down the trunk like this and
Really push.
then
Because
push.
sometimes they put sort of trunk up and push.
Yeah, yeah.
And then just want to shake the fruit up.
Yes, yes.
Yes, lovely.
The skin goes like they cover the wound, heals and cover the wound, so that the flies doesn't eat the
Yeah.
wound. Yeah. Now it's one.
These are tessabe. They're lovely creatures.
Maybe the cheetah runs faster.
They're very fast runners. In fact, they're the second fastest. Only the cheetah can run faster than these animals.
I don't want to tell the people these stories.
Save some for the cheetahs.
I don't know if makarela tawabitai ikina maji katika makarela alipo makarela wakati tunaelekea patita.
There's 2 cheetahs. We're rounding off our second evening in Moremi Game Park. We have our good chef looking very relaxed on the right. His steaks are cooking away on the braai. We have Kenson, our guide, with his son Rastus behind him. Our trusted Toyota car at the back. And the tent in accommodation. And we're all in shock because we had 2 cheetahs followed by 2 wild dogs tonight. So we're celebrating. Good night. This is the morning of the 3rd of September, our departure day from Moremi Park. The leopard is fast asleep.
We have to say goodbye to the sleeping leopard and leave the park.
No,
don't.
Keep still. Now we have a serval. This is the entrance gate to Moremi Game Reserve, where we started our 3-day safari. Yeah. Wave everybody. Goodbye Moremi. Till next year. Sweps tonic. Back to Aldi camp. Bye. This is the Okavango Delta. We're now on a Mokoro, and as we're in the lower regions of the delta, these channels are very fine. Now we have to keep an eye out for snakes, crocodiles, hippos, jumping spiders, water snakes, mosquitoes, lizards. Ooh. The Mokoro ahead is our equipment. We've got a 2-night, 3-day stay in the delta. These are Ross's feet leading the way through the delta. Our pole has just told us about a big python that ate a man just up this channel. This is our Mokoro. We've had to take a little bit of a stop because it was taking on water, and BP, our guide, has just been saucepanning it out of the bottom of the boat. So we're having a short break here, and then we carry on down to our camp. It's the sun going down on our first evening on a Mokoro trip in the delta. We're just setting off on our early morning trip. The sun's not up yet. Those trees in the background there on the right, that's where our camp is. And we had a hippo come and visit us last night, and a honey badger. Have the baboons coming down from the tall palm trees. They sleep up there because the leopards can't get up the tall tree. We're out in the middle of the lower delta, just having a little rest under the shade of a tree. Come across lots of tracks this morning. Seen baboons, zebras and elephants.
It's Ross and BP playing silly whatsits. Yeah.
I'm looking for lions and leopards,
Yeah, you've got giraffes.
and there's a whole herd of, are they giraffes behind Evie? And over there, there's a lion. It's creeping up on you. He's getting closer.
Save me, Indy, save
And it gets you.
We're going down to some hippo pools, and there's supposed to be lots of crocodiles there, so I don't know whether it's best to stay in here or jump out into the reeds. We'll find out shortly. It's getting really narrow now, shades of African Queen. I seem to remember that Audrey Hepburn did not get out of the boat. I will be relying on Ross to do the Humphrey Bogart honours. Not that he's going to be much good at swimming across Lake Tanganyika when we get there. Whoops, we beached.
Okay. And BP's been calling the hippos over. And there's Big George in there. And they're coming over to see us in what's known as the Hippo Ball in the Delta.
This is our last Mokoro trip before we leave the Okavango Delta.
Right, this is Eve doing her African drumming, and this particular drumming is to make the fire grow, and it seems to be having the desired effect. We have potatoes on the fire, butternuts. We have two 50p T-bone steaks. So for £1 we got two big T-bone steaks each. And we're situated in Audi Camp in Malm. And we have one more night here tomorrow. That's our tent, all in the dark. Good morning everybody. This is the 12th of September, 2002 safari. Last night we arrived in Kruger Park, and after getting camped I had a very good sighting of a cheetah that was hunting just over the fence there, which is 20 yards from our tent. Got to say happy birthday to Cecile and happy birthday to Ross for tomorrow. We drove across from Botswana over the last couple of days, done 1,300 kilometres from Maun, and we're now in Kruger Park for a couple of weeks, nearing the end of our 2002 trip. So everything that comes up now, all the good animals, all the leopards and cheetahs will be spotted on our trip round Kruger Park. So good hunting. This is a brown hooded kingfisher, and he settled on a branch just above a big elephant. That's a Goliath heron, first one we've ever seen, and first time we've ever seen it catch a fish and eat it.
We are in the bird hide just outside Halali camp, and this nice elephant just walked right past us.
It's an elephant on the side of the road. Nice tusks on him. A nice herd of elephants coming down for a drink. These are Kruger Park buffaloes. This one's being tidied up by the Lox pecker.
An impala has been caught. Suddenly, all the crocodiles are visible.
This is a nice big catfish on that Olifants River on the bridge. We've just seen a lovely kite. And there's the Olifants River. This is our greenbacked heron. Just eating a nice big fish. It's a nice shot of a herd of buffalo on the Sabi River. We're at the spot where we saw the leopard, and these clip springers have just come out of the bush, heading down to where we know the leopard is hiding. There's our nice water buck. nice little egret, paying him some attention. This is our green-backed heron again, out fishing. This is an African jacana, and it has big toes. Means he's able to walk across the top of the reeds while he hunts for his dinner. Nice group of 3 elephants. This is an elephant with big tusks, and he won't come out of that long grass, so we can show you just how long they are.
This is Duke, filmed on the S28 in 2002.
So for anyone that's interested in having squirrel for lunch, that's how you eat it. Just come across this snake in the road. I'm not sure what it is, but it's got lovely markings on it. This is a greenbacked heron, and he's called a large fish. Certainly if you're a greenbacked heron, he's a large fish. And he seems to be having trouble swallowing it. This big crocodile. Nothing moves on a crocodile till it snaps you. This is Kruger Park, 2002, late September. And this is a big fire. We're on our way back to camp, and we're a little bit worried about it because this fire is heading straight for it. We've come across 3 white rhinos. They're all resting up over in the burned grass. These are 2 lovely cats in Kruger Park. Our best lion sighting. You leave your door to the tent open at night, you get these fellas coming in. So it's best to zip up.
This is our last sighting in Kruger Park, 2002. We now need to drive back to Cape Town, and we're going to go to Kimberley Diamond Mine on the way there.
Going down the mine.
Shelter out of the
Hanno.
one big diamond I showed you. Obviously, with crushing of that size, there could have been some danger. But fortunately, by the grace of God, that diamond.
diamonds in there. Bye bye everybody, diamonds ahead. I walked up this passage for 5 minutes and now we're going down to the main production area. Here you go, Evie. Bye. Where your diamonds come from? Do a blast in 5 minutes. I'll put my earplugs in and shut up. Right, this tunnel is a granite tunnel, and off to the left here is the kimberlite, which has been forced up millions of years ago like a volcanic eruption. All the diamonds are contained in this kimberlite, which is compressed carbon way down in the Earth's depths before it got forced up. They bore into these holes and then pull out all the kimberlite which contains the diamonds. Come and sit next to me. Hey? You got diamonds? Oh, look at the size of that. They're in the morning, they're in the morning. Put it in your pocket, Edie. Put it in your big pocket. Oh, good one. Oh. Definitely not a good idea. Oh no, it's getting closer now, we're in trouble. Right, we're at the entrance to the Kimberley mine and we're just going down across here to look at the big hole, and there are some of the figures that tell you all about it. There's the big hole where all the diamonds come from. 1870s, this was alive with people digging away. Now it's full of water, but there's a large area below there that they dug out as well. This is the Kimberley Fire Brigade, and this fire engine was used during the wars. There's the information on the fire engine. There you go, the first car ever seen in Kimberley. This is the sunset from Somerset West. And we're looking west towards Cape Point. And ahead of us there is Gordon's Bay, where all the whales are. So last evening in Africa, before we fly off back to Maximo. Yeah.